Good morning. Oh my gosh, you guys. It is such a Monday today. But we're here. We made it. We'll see if anybody joins us live or not, or if you're just connecting with us on the replay. Thank you for doing so. You're still here to have a conversation, to get connected, to check in, and to be part of our community. So thank you for that, no matter how it looks. And we'll just have coffee together. So if you don't currently have one, feel free to pour yourself a coffee and we'll connect in this morning. I'm not going to lie. I feel like slightly surprised by the snow we're getting this morning in southern Alberta. It was not an awesome drive to school and back today, hence me being a little bit behind schedule. But all is well. It's still supposed to get to like 7 degrees this afternoon. So I guess it'll all melt and this morning's drive will just be but a memory. How was your weekend? What did you get up to? Did you do anything fun? Please share that in the comments. I got to celebrate a friend's birthday this past weekend, so we had a whole schwack of fun. We rented a house in Bragg Creek and just had oodles of fun connecting with people. And it was really cool. And then last night, my son and I had the opportunity to go into Calgary early, and we got to meet Thomas Rhett before the show. What a super nice guy. He's so kind and so fun. And then we got to stay for the concert, and it was awesome because there was 2 opening acts. So it was like an invite to a show where we got to see 3 shows basically, and all of them were pretty fantastic. So that was really cool. And I didn't know who the opening acts were. I just knew that we'd get the opportunity to meet Thomas and catch up and all of that kind of stuff. And so one of the opening acts was Jordan Davis, who I'm a huge fan of and like quite a few of his songs. And he's been writing some pretty amazing songs down in Nashville for other people. So overall amazing show. Thomas Rhett, if you're not a fan or you're not sure, like you're like, oh yeah, I like one of his songs or 2 of his songs. He is sorry, I'm trying to adjust the computer here. He is an exceptional entertainer. Like he was put on such a good show. It was so much incredible energy. He really loves to be with the crowd. He really works it. He's got great like stage presence, lights, the whole shebang. Like, yeah, he should definitely be nominated if he hasn't, because I haven't really followed award show in a long time, but like an entertainer of the year, he could fall into that category easy. Good morning, Cheryl. Good morning, Angie. Yeah, because he just was so good at it. So it was really, really fun to, kind of live. I guess today is technically World Radio Day. And so it gave an opportunity last night for me to introduce my son into like a previous life of, because when I was still in radio, he was still pretty young and we did a lot of things, but he doesn't necessarily remember it the same. And so I think he's only been backstage with me at the Saddle Dome once before. And so the opportunity to introduce him to that was really cool. So, props to those who stayed in the radio biz. Happy World Radio Day. Good morning, Tara. The other fun thing that happened this weekend, and again, I would really love you to post in the comments about yours, but there's a Galentine's gift exchange that happens in the community that I live in that's coordinated by a friend of mine. And I think this year, I feel like she said there was 48 or 50 ladies who partake in this exchange. And basically you're given somebody's name. And the whole point is that you gift them a Galentine's gift. And there's like a budget on it. And sometimes it's people you don't know. Sometimes it's people you is, but it's a secret until your gift is delivered to your Galentine. And then that's when you can like reveal who your secret galentine was. And it was so fun to do. And I believe we had until yesterday to complete that. And what was really wild for me in this exchange is that the person that I got also got me this year. Like, what are the chances of that? Because it's a completely random matching piece. And so we both had texted each other on the same day to say, and we both know each other, which was also really funny. And so we both had texted each other on the same day to set up a drop off opportunity. And so I was like, what are the chances that we would know? And then we basically almost gifted each other multitudes of the same thing. So I had to have a laugh about that. So just a shout out to my galentine, Krista. Thank you for the incredible basket of goodies. It is full of all sorts of cool things, and it was so much fun to be a part of. And a shout out to Brianne for coordinating this whole thing and has been for a number of years now and started with just a few women to now almost 50. So I think that's pretty cool. So if you don't do something like that in your community and you're checking out Coffee Club, it's a really cool thing to do and allows women to just connect and lift each other up. And I guess, yeah, just make sure we're all connecting in because I think Valentine's Day, which is coming up tomorrow, is like hit or miss for some people, right? Like there's some people who really love it. There's some people who hate the whole over marketed, what do they call it? Hallmarked exchange. I don't know. Would that be the right word? Good morning, Michelle. Good morning, Alyssa. A lot of people like feel so much pressure around Valentine's Day, right? It becomes this really, yeah, I feel like highly marketed is the right what I'm trying to say, what where my brain is going with that. And so it becomes this sort of forced expectation for people in the world. And some really they have hesitation to that. Like check in with yourself on how that's feeling. If it's feeling sticky for you, why is it feeling sticky? Is it the don't tell me what to do stickiness? Did something happen in the past that you still feel you need some healing from? Like what's feeling the sticky for you? And I feel like for a lot of people, it's just, it feels really forced. And we want to be able to tell people how we feel about them and that we love them anytime, which by the way, you can. You don't have to partake in the tradition of Valentine's tomorrow. But I really love the idea of community and friendships behind Valentine's Day, right? If you think back to when you were a child and you exchanged Valentine cards at school, it wasn't necessarily about, I mean, yeah, there was probably the boy or girl you had a crush on, but for the most point, it was just that you gave every single person in your class a Valentine card because we want to feel seen, we want to feel heard, we want to feel like we belong, right? Those are part 3 of our 5 fundamental human emotional needs. And so that's what Valentine's can do. It can allow people to feel all of those things. But if you're not partaking in it, it can also open up that space where you don't feel seen, where you don't feel like you belong, or you don't feel heard. And that can be really hard for people. So if tomorrow is just another Tuesday, just allow it to be just another beautiful Tuesday. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to have romantic relationships in your life to enjoy Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day can be about just texting your friends and letting you know that they matter to you, thanking people for being a friend in your life. Spoil your kids with it. You don't have to make it about something you don't want it to be. And that's the thing I think with so many things in life is that we're so obsessed with like the rules. Yes, Michelle, you bring up the next point I want to make. It's like make it about yourself tomorrow. You know what? Like and especially like make it about yourself. Treat yourself to something. Like, buy a chocolate, get an ice cream, take a bath, like do whatever. Treat yourself to something special because really the most important relationship that we have in our lives is the one we have with ourselves. Because when your self relationship is damaged, or unhealed or on the rocks or you're unsure about your how you feel about yourself, that's going to reflect in every single relationship that you have, every single one, no matter what you do. So the more we work on checking in with that connection with ourselves, the better our connections are with everybody else. So if Valentine's Day is all about you tomorrow, then I want you to just live large in that. Buy yourself the flowers, get yourself the balloon, get a teddy bear to cuddle with on the couch, whatever it is. Like, there's no rules. That was the other thing I was gonna say is there's no rules. We think that there's rules around everything because we've been told something or taught something or conditioned something, but there's actually no freaking rules for Valentine's Day. Not any, not one. And I think it opens up an interesting bag of expectations, right? So you have to have really clear communication with the people in your life. If you have an expectation for tomorrow, you better express that. And there's so much, I don't know. I don't know if you're still here, Alyssa, but this is something we could maybe riff on one day when you connect on Coffee Club with me. But I think that there's so much expectation or silence or think put on other people in your relationship that you're just like, well, they should just know that I want to be treated a certain way on this Valentine's Day, or they should just know what to buy me, or they should just know how to show up to make me feel special. And you know what? Not everybody just knows those things. And I don't know about you and the relationships that you've had in your life, but ladies, I'm going to talk to you directly for a moment. And guys, I love you, and I'm not smashing you for a moment, but most of the time, ladies, dudes don't have a freaking clue. Their brains don't work the same way that ours do. So they're not in this space where they're like, I wonder how many of the things that I can do that I know this person likes for tomorrow. Like, they just don't plan out the most perfect Valentine's Day. It's very rare. So some do. I'm going to give you that. So it's okay. It's totally allowed. And in my opinion, highly recommended. If you have an expectation for tomorrow, you need to share it. You need to share it. Like, you know what, babe? Tomorrow, I would really just like you to express yourself in some way to show me that you love me. And I also need you, ladies, if you're someone who lives in this realm of expectation. And I feel like lots of times when people think that they drop expectation, is that they're dropping the opportunity for people to write. Like, you know, when you have high expectations of somebody, it's because you're putting them on this level. And I really like read the book, The Four Agreements, and it will change your life on this. And it's shifting that when you let go of expectation, you detach from an emotional outcome that you are creating. Like, you are creating that. And so if you can detach from it, I feel like I'm rambling today, but this is all the information that's coming in. If you can detach emotionally from that outcome, you give yourself the space to really enjoy whatever comes to you. And just like my cup says, my beautiful new cup, this is one of Ram Dass's um, expressions in his meditations, is like, if you release all of that expectation and that attachment to what you want the outcome to be, you can be here now so much easier and be in that moment and just love whatever comes up. Because we have so much expectation that creates so much disappointment. And a lot of time it's just from a lack of communication, a lack of expressing what really matters to you in the moment. And that's my thought on that. It's Rambly Monday. But just make tomorrow whatever the heck you want it to be. And that is that. Today is also February the 13th is Wear Red Day. Not sure if you know that. It is a day by the Heart and Stroke Foundation because February is Heart and Stroke Month. So wearing red is to symbolize the fact that women are one of the most hit in the heart and stroke conditions. Women have the highest rate of heart attacks, and our symptoms as women are also not normally the traditional symptoms. Most often, when you hear stories of women who have heart attack or stroke situations, most of their warning signs going into that arrest, I believe is what they would call it, or situation, is that they're not the traditional signs. So, just taking a moment today to educate yourself on what some of that looks like, on wearing red in support of that. So, I have some red on my shirt. I couldn't find my red shirt, but anyway, um, thinking of that today. And then Wednesday is Canadian Ag Day. So, we want to celebrate agriculture in Canada and around the world on Wednesday also. So, just a couple of fun things happening this week. Should you feel like partaking? Should you require some ideas for some social media posts for your brand or your company? Those are some things going on. And just, yeah, there you go. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for connecting this morning and saying hi in the comments. If you're catching this video on the replay, please still say hello in the comments and let me know you're checking in and having fun. I'm just really excited. If you are in the High River area and would like to drop in for meditation class tonight at 7:15, send me a message and we will get you registered for that. It's $20 and looking forward to seeing you. Or Wednesday night in Nanton, we're also going to have a great time. And there's still opportunities if you would like to jump on our online class. We do that Tuesdays and Thursday mornings at 6:30 a.m. So, yeah, part of that self connection and relationship with self is we will build that and practice that through meditation together. So fun. Friends, I hope you have an incredible rest of your Monday. Big, huge cheers to you. Have an incredible day, like I said, and we will see you back here Wednesday morning at 9:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Have an awesome, awesome couple of days. Bye, everybody.